What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Truck Series here on Fox Sports 1. We're getting ready to finally kick off the season finale. Man, what a long, convoluted, confusing season it has been with the stock market crash during the '08 season. A lot of teams shutting down and moving around and changes being made. A bit of a strike for some team owners that put the sport on pause, and just overall a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos. But we're finally back, and it looks like we're finally going to end off this season, at least for the trucks. Cup and Grand National and some of the other divisions, they still got a ways to go. We've crowned a modified champion already. The Pro-Am East Series is coming to a close. So we're finally getting through this '09 season. Southern Modified Champion, rather. We still have to crown a Northern Modified Champ. Oh boy, we got a lot of work to do still. The Canadian Tour got off to a extremely late start, but we're gonna get this done. So here we go. The Pace Truck is gonna make that hard left turn on the pit road here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're about to begin the final race of the season. Matt Crafton has already clinched the championship with his 7 wins and more than 2 races worth of points over to his closest competitors. But we're green. We're racing here at Homestead. At contact already, you see the track has a redesign to his artwork, because we already have a crash. Caitlin Shaw in the back along with Austin Dillon. There's Ryan Stieg. Donnie Neuenberger's caught up in it. Timothy Peters, Frank Daney Jr. Derek White. Max Pappas has damage. Separately, the 33's in the outside wall. So the caution's out already. That didn't last too long. See what happened here on the initial start. Oh, just a little bit of contact there, getting up the speed, just pushing a little too hard, trying to get up the speed there, and just didn't pay off. Alright, let's try it again here. Green flag back in the air. Oh, goodness, who let this guy out in front? Rick Crawford jumps to an early lead. Hopefully the drivers can go and make that right. I know historically the situation hadn't exactly happened yet at this period of time, but still, I just don't want this guy winning on my channel. And I'm not going to cheat by nerfing his stats. So if he wins, he wins. But boy, oh boy, I just don't want that to happen. I know I've had a moment not last season, the inaugural season, where I kind of took him out so he wouldn't win, but we're past those days of doing that. I did that one time to be funny. Wouldn't be professional to just do that every time. Let's see what happened to bring out the second caution. Looks like the 40 truck got into the outside wall, and that's Mike Bliss, and then Austin Dillon just couldn't get off of him. Oh man, Bliss got hit hard by Ryan Sieg. Tommy Joe Martins was in it as well. Second caution of the race. Is this updated Homestead better than the old? Does it race better? We're about to find out. Looks like there's a lot more grip towards the top of the racetrack than there is at the bottom, so we're going to see drivers kind of migrating and fighting for room up top throughout this race. Some drivers cutting it a little bit too close to the outside wall. They're getting into the wall, scrubbing against it and losing all their speed. That's not exactly ideal. But when you're 3 and 4 wide like this, it's kind of hard not to get up there and hit that wall as well. Gotta worry about trucks all around you. Colin Brown's been in that wall for about a full lap. Looks like he's finally going to get off of it. They're 4 wide here, heading down into turns 3 and 4. Look at the 24 sliding up. Just can't quite hold the bottom that well. It's been a recurring theme at this racetrack. 5 wide off turn number 4. Back down to 3. Joey Clanton's in the middle of all this. Terry Cook's in the lead. David Starr on the inside of his teammate, trying to take it from him here. Matt Crafton, our champion, in the lead, or in the wall rather. Chris Mack diving down low. Can he pull a slider? As he slides up the racetrack, can he get in front? Can he lead this lap? Doesn't look like he'll lead the lap. He will lead the lap, but he doesn't have the momentum. Down in the 3 and 4, 1 and 2, excuse me. Mack's gonna clear, but here comes the 4 of Ryan Newman. So with these trucks being a lot slower, it looks like holding the bottom isn't quite as difficult as it would be with the MG Cup cars later this year when they finally finish off their season. I know these guys have got to be burnt out. 5 wide down the front straightaway. Squeezing together, heading down to turn 1. They're trying to get as much of an arc as they can. The 16 is not going to get much, but he's got just enough to clear. He can slide up the racetrack a little bit, but he actually pulls back down low. He found some grip down there. Just can't find any momentum. He's got some help. A big pack of trucks behind him. Trucks in just about every lane, so if you lose some momentum, you'll have some help no matter what. Bouncing off each other up the racetrack. Can they hang on? Clanton's in the outside wall. Burt Myers in the 07 truck just trying to hang on. Nearly got up into Clanton and caused a wreck. They're going to keep it straight for now. More trucks in the outside wall. Rick Crawford. Clanton back down to the inside. He's going to dive back to the bottom underneath Matt Crafton. Crafton pulls to the inside, making it 4 wide. He doesn't care. He's already got the championship locked up. He can go tear that thing up as much as he wants to. And he'll still be the champion. Though it wouldn't be in their best interest to tear that truck up as good as it's been all season. TJ Bell out in front, challenged by Kevin Harvick. Eric Almirola is here. The 48 of Pierre Bourquet in the mix. An all-white, unsponsored truck. Crafton back on the bottom, into the picture. Yet again, back into the top 5. Now looking for the lead underneath Compton. Back down in the 3 and 4. How are we still green? How are we keeping it clean? Well, it's not gonna last much longer because there's the 30 into the outside wall, and there's more trucks piling in. Hard hit for Jason White as he came down into the path of the 47. Caution's gonna wave yet again. That's Richard Harriman. Oh! Caitlin Shaw on her roof. Contact with her teammate TJ Bell sent her upside down. A bad one here on the front straightaway. Oh boy, Todd Bodine done for the night. Austin Dillon seemingly done. Boy, oh boy. What just happened here? So Bodine up the racetrack, gets into the TJ Bell. A few other trucks make contact. They go on around. Hard hits there for the 23. And then the one, the one of Shaw got into the back of. And then TJ Bell just ran into her, flipped her over. Not sure what was going on. Maybe the damage to that 11 truck, it seems, may have kept that truck from turning. Or stopping, one of the two. Just couldn't avoid that one. Ran right into her. Tough break for Caitlin Shaw. It's been a rough season, even on a part-time basis for her. As the green flag waves yet again. A couple trucks get the outside wall there on the restart. Sliding up the racetrack, they're getting to the wall yet again. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Wrecking further back. It's Brian Scott, Taylor Mossam, and Terry Cook. 3 of the stronger trucks in the field making some contact. Looks like Cook got in the wall. Benning had nowhere to go, and down the track in the Mossam, and Scott goes that 25 truck, bringing out yet another caution. On the race back, let's see who won. Coming back to the caution flag. It wasn't Joey Clanton. He got up in the outside wall, lost a ton of spots. It was Eric Almirola leading us back. Green flag back in the air. Look at this racing here. 5 wide off turn number 2. Almirola's in the outside wall. Joey Clanton pulled a slider to take the lead. He's falling back. Here comes his teammate and team owner, Chris Mack. The 51 of Kyle Busch had the lead for a moment. Mack's going to take it. Here comes Norm Benning on the inside. He's trying to take it. Everybody and their cousin has a chance to take the lead here. Our champion, Matt Crafton, gets booted up the racetrack, out of the way by Todd Cleaver. And he's up into the wall. Cleaver dives low. Inside, 3 wide. For the lead, Todd Cleaver. Max in the outside wall. Cleaver is clear. Benning's in the wall, Max in the wall, contact made. They're keeping it straight. Here comes Skinner on the inside. Here comes Sauter way low. He's going to clear both. The way to be fast around here, you have to kind of send it in on the bottom and slide up. But the problem is, it's really easy to slide up too quickly and get up into that outside wall. We're seeing that here today. It's going to be a matter of who can hit the wall the least here today, it seems. Because everybody's going up there and hitting it at some point. Uh-oh. The Ford truck has damage. Let's see what happened to him. Ryan Newman up into the outside wall here. Not sure what happened to Newman there. He has heavy damage to the right side. Maybe he just got into the wall a little bit too much, and a little too hard. Caved in the right side a little bit. Look at this steaming, snarling pack. Barreling through 1 and 2. We got a lap truck coming up. That might stir up some chaos as well. James Busher goes to the lead in that 10 truck. As you see, the 40 of Mike Bliss is on the front stretch, right in front of our leaders, who are now crossing the start-finish line. Bliss is just entering turn 1. They're going to catch him this lap. Will that lead to some drama? Here comes Valerio Wolf. Val Wolf into the mix. In a 4 wide scenario. Oh, and the caution's out. What was the caution out for? Oh, 2 trucks in the back. Then it's Setzer Terry Cook. With contact there. So that was Setzer in that 8 truck making that aggressive move earlier. I apologize. I said it was Todd Cleaver. Green flag back in the air. We're going to try to jump to the end. Or jump ahead at least. And we have another caution. But I'm pressed for time. We have to try to jump forward. I apologize. Oh, hard hit for Ryan Newman. What in the world happened there? He gets hooked and goes over and over, and then it just grabs and start rolling more and more. That used to be grass, is now pavement down there. Imagine how violent that would have been if it was grass, but man, it bit and just took off. Wow, that was a scary wreck for Ryan Newman. He's gonna have red eyes after that one, but I think he'll be okay for the most part. Green flag back in the air. Almirola has the lead on the restart. Here comes Mac on the bottom. Okay, I'm back. I apologize for the interruption there. Let's jump back into the action with less than 5 laps to go in the season. Boys, it's been months, and it's been nearly a year of the 2009 season. We're finally bringing it to a close, at least for the trucks. And looks like this was going to come down to the wire, because look at James Busher on the inside. A push from Norm Benning, Colin Brown in the mix. Here comes Matt Crafton diving off in there. And Crafton looks like he's going to take the lead. Busher has a run on the high side. Crafton, if he wins this race, he gains really nothing. He's already clinched the championship. He'll just add another win to his already insane total of 7. He'll bump that up to 8 wins on the year. So Crafton trying to just assert his dominance here, the way Ron Hornaday Jr. did in the inaugural season of this series. Coming to 2 laps to go. Matt Crafton starting to create some distance. The first time we've seen this really all day. A bit of a gap being created from the field, but it's not going to last long. Here comes Kyle Busch. Here comes James Busher as well. Skinner way down on the bottom. Does anyone have anything left for Matt Crafton? Here comes Valeria Wolf on the inside. The Venezuelan might have something to say about it. She dives down to the bottom. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Matt Crafton. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. Here comes Eric Almirola. They're crashing behind him. Chris Mack, Kyle Busch, and others go spinning down the back straightaway. It doesn't matter. Racing back to the caution and the checkers. Matt Crafton is long gone. He's going to come off of turn 4. Matt Crafton wins the race and the championship in Miami. Almirola with a strong P2 finish. Who came home P3? It looks like Pierre Bourquet. What a story for Pierre Bourquet to say he finished 3rd in the Truck Series race. We've seen him in the Canadian Tour. But with that series being on hold, he was able to find some rides here in the trucks late in the season, and look at that. P3 is the result. Colin Brown came home P6, Skinner P4. Setzer in the 8 rounds out the top 5. Val Wolf P7. But Matt Crafton with another win to cap off a dominant season. 8 wins on the year here in Homestead Miami Speedway. That is going to do it for the year, for the season, for the trucks. Let's take a look at your point standings, your final point standings. before we head on out of here for the final time this year. Not sure why he's showing 25 races. And the game just tried to crash right there. Not sure what's going on. I apologize for that, but there's your win total. Crafton with 8. 8 wins on the year. Mike Skinner, 370 points. That's about 2 races. A little bit less than 2 races worth of points behind our champion. Johnny Sauter, 517 points back. Colin Brown, Brian Scott rounds out the top 5 in points this year. Taylor Mall, 70-81. Stacy Compton, David Starr, top 09. TJ Bell rounds out the top 10. James Busher, Valeria Wolf, Joey Clanton. Jason White, Rick Crawford rounds out the top 15. Terry Cook, Timothy Peters, Max Pappas, Chris Mack, and Norm Benning rounds out the top 20. Chris Mack only started 15 of the 24 races this season. That says something about how well he's been running in those few starts that he's made. But actually did run the majority of the season. That's pretty nice to see for Chris Mack. He hasn't been doing that much lately these last few years. He's been bouncing around just trying to gain some experience here and there. But yeah, why is my game glitching and freezing the way it is? I'm not sure what's going on. Let's look at your winners this year. Matt Crafton, obviously with the most, our champion with 8 wins. Behind him, Chris Mack with 3. TJ Bell and Kyle Busch both have 2. Then there's Mike Skinner, Johnny Sauter, Colin Brown, David Starr, top 09. Jason White, Timothy Peters, Mikey Kyle, and Travis Quapple all with 1 win apiece. That is going to do it. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. And I can't wait for the 2010 Truck Series season. It's going to be a while. The other seasons or other series have to get their seasons over with first. Then we'll have the off-season late model series as normal. Then we'll be back with some more money car action. I hope to see y'all there. And until then, peace.